Okay, I've got this Alabeo Chieftain here to show you. But what I really want to show you is how to fix your issues with your planes. If you got planes that have got all kinds of things going wrong with them, if your frame rate is really down, I finally figured out how to fix it. Any issues you have, I would say 99.999% of the time it's your plugins. This plane, when I first bought it, it was Payware aircraft. It's a beautiful airplane. I'll show you the outside. And it's from Alabeo. I think I paid about 35 bucks for it. Go back in the cockpit. For some reason, when I first got this plane, I couldn't even fly it. Like, it was just, it wouldn't run. It was a slideshow. I mean, it was maybe 2 frames a second. It was crazy. Just a bunch of photographs. You couldn't do anything. It was driving me crazy. I like to figure out why things aren't working properly. Couldn't figure out why this Payware plane isn't working. I'm showing this plane because it's the worst one of the bunch. I've had other issues with other planes, but I spent weeks moving folders in and out and moving things around, and I narrowed it down to the plugins folder. Plugins were causing the issues, and I took out my Fly with Lua. That thing kind of helped a little bit. And then I finally I got around to pulling out my plugins admin folder. And when I did that, things worked. The only problem is the plugins admin folder is part of the basic flight sim. You kind of need it there. That's X-Plane 11 put it there, so I guess you need it. But what I discovered was when you open up your plugins and you go to your plugins admin, enable, disable, you see these are the plugins that are running. And these are the ones I use that I like. I got Better Pushback, Fly with Lua, Head Shake, Runway Callouts. It's ground traffic. I got to get rid of that. I don't know where it is yet. I got to still find it. That shouldn't be there. And my Sassel and my nav thing. You see I've only got one page, right? That's all it is. In the Fly with Lua, I've got 2 scripts that I like. I got Passengers FX and I got XP Realistic Pro that I really love. It really makes you feel like you're inside the cockpit, but I couldn't get it to run, and I couldn't figure out why, and I said, I got to get this thing to work. Well, what I discovered was when you download custom airports for your add-on airports for your custom scenery, open the folder and check it. Because if there's a folder in there called plugins, delete it. Because that's what's causing the problem. Because all that plugin folder does in those airports is add ground traffic. It'll give you a bus or a car driving around or a forklift driving around. And really, do you need that? Like, how much do you look at it? Like, it's just there in the background driving around, right? You don't really pay attention to it. You want your flight sim to work and you want your planes to work. That's the main thing. So I went in and I deleted every plugin folder from every airport scenery I have in my custom sceneries. And do you know how many I had? I had over 400 airports and I found over 100 plugin folders. That means every time I ran my sim, my processor and my RAM loaded up 100 plugins. Tried to run them all at the same time. That's why everything was messed up. And since I deleted all those plugin folders, everything is working like a dream. And I'm just going to give you an example with this Alabeo Chieftain. Now keep in mind that this plane never even ran before I deleted all those plugins. You couldn't do anything with it. So I'll close this down, this plugin thing here, and I'll start the game. And you'll see when I get in the air how nice that XP Realistic Pro works now with your head movement. I'll waggle the wings and everything, and you can see how it works. So let's take a look and see how this goes. This thing is just a dream now without them plug-in folders. You don't really need them. See how the plane is moving now in relationship to your head? I've turned the volume down on the aircraft so you can hear me, and turn the exterior sounds down in the interior. When I'm done demoing the video, I'll turn it back up. This thing, this flight sim just works like a dream now without all the plugins. Gear up. Now we're flying out of Kelowna in British Columbia in Western Canada. I've trucked through this town, and it's a resort town on the southern end of a lake. And I'll show you the back end out of a passenger seat. So we're in a seat. Back up to the cockpit. And the other thing I found out since I deleted all them plugins, you don't need X-Life, you don't need World Traffic 3. I get plenty of aircraft traffic at the airports just using the AI. If you go to AI aircraft in your menu, you can set it up to about 19, I think, but I've got it set at 16. And I get all kinds of traffic at my airports now, but watch this when I wiggle the wings. Watch how that XP Pro with your head movement. Like the real thing. I can't wait to get this plane flying in virtual reality. It'd be amazing. Cut back my power. There's the golf course. Airport. Just do a quick circuit here for you. You see how everything moves. This plane here, keep in mind, I couldn't even fly it when I bought it. It's like you'd think the game was frozen. Show you the exterior. Back to the cockpit. I was getting frustrated with my X-plane because things weren't working right. Like I say, you go into your custom scenery folders, you delete plugins out of all your airport sceneries. This is what you'll end up with. Plus I was getting airplanes and half the gauges didn't work, half the switches didn't work. My twin jet, I had ladders, my boarding ladders sticking out the side of the airplane, all kinds of weird stuff. See if I do a circuit here for you. Works nice now though. And this with Ortho 4XP, this is what Kelowna looks like. It's about, I'd say 3 hours east of Vancouver in the interior, Rocky Mountains. It's a big resort town. Bit of power, keep my airspeed up a bit. We're on base leg here for landing. Turning on the final gear down. One notch of flap. Two notch of flap. High here, but see if I get her down here. video before this to show you, but I got about here on landing, all of a sudden a 737 pulled out on the runway. Oh, there he is there. Maybe I'll get it down before he gets there. I don't know. You see, that's just the default traffic with X-Plane 11. There's all kinds of default traffic. You don't need X-Life, you don't need WT3, just more workload on your processor. Okay, he's going to be out of my way by the time I get down. See, and there's a couple other planes lined up already. Runway people in those big planes be saying, "What the heck is he doing, man?" Just takes practice. There are lots of planes lined. See how many planes are lined up to take off? That's just the X-Plane 11 traffic. There you have it. That's my flaps. It's Kelowna, BC. I got it on the ground barely. I'm thinking the passengers are going to say, "I'll never fly with you again." I've done better. Just because I'm making a video, that's why I landed so badly. Too busy talking, not paying attention. Get out of the way of these other guys. But you can see how much traffic I get. I don't have X-Life. I don't have World Traffic 3. It's just more workload on your processor. And if you look at all the traffic out there waiting to take off. Well, there you have it. I hope you like it.